Hey, focused souls, welcome back to Mind-Blowing Motive, where we break down the big problems of life in the simplest way possible. Now, I want to ask you something. Have you ever just sat back and thought, why is adulting so hard? Bills, stress, broken routines, emotional burnout, it's like we're all running a race with no finish line. But let me tell you a secret. Most adult problems don't appear overnight. They build up quietly, slowly, and silently through the small habits we ignore every single day. The good news is, you can avoid many of your biggest adult problems before they ever happen. How? That's what today's video is all about. We're not going to throw cliches or generic advice at you. We're diving into 11 real, practical habits that, if followed today, can save years of regret, anxiety, and chaos. You see, adulthood doesn't have to feel like survival mode. You can actually thrive in it if you choose the right actions now. And this is not just a motivational speech. This is your wake-up call. Because the truth is, your future problems are hiding in your current habits. Let that sink in. If you're tired of playing catch-up with life, of feeling like everything is out of control, then stick with me. One by one, we'll unpack the exact lifestyle habits that protect your mental health, boost your bank balance, sharpen your mindset, and improve your relationships. So, grab a notebook, open your heart, and let's go deep, because this video might just change how you look at your everyday choices forever. Wake up early. Waking up early isn't just about setting your alarm for 5 a.m. and dragging yourself out of bed. It's a choice to take charge of your life. It's one of the most powerful yet underrated habits that can completely transform your mental state, your productivity, and the overall direction of your life. In a world full of distractions, chaos, and constant noise, the early morning hours are like sacred ground, peaceful, quiet, and yours alone. While most people are still asleep, dreaming of the success they want, you can be awake, working toward it. And that small decision to rise early, that's where the real game begins. When you wake up before the sun, you give yourself something that most people never have, a head start. You're not starting the day in a rush, scrambling to get ready, missing breakfast, or running out the door half asleep. Instead, you have time to breathe, time to reflect, time to prepare. That calmness becomes your strength. Early risers often find that they can think more clearly, make better decisions, and set powerful intentions before the world demands their attention. It's not just about being productive, it's about owning your time before the rest of the world can take it from you. Let's be honest, we've all had those mornings where we wake up late, feel instantly behind, and start the day with stress and frustration. But waking up early removes that chaos. You feel in control. You're not reacting to life, you're creating your own pace. You can use that extra hour to read something uplifting, write your goals, stretch your body, drink water, pray, or meditate, whatever makes you feel grounded and focused. That small investment of time early in the day returns massive results throughout the day. There's also something special about being awake while the world sleeps. That stillness makes your thoughts clearer. Your goals feel closer. You can hear your inner voice better. And the discipline of waking up early, especially when you don't feel like it, builds a sense of pride and self-respect that stays with you all day long. That's the magic. Waking up early trains your brain to lead instead of follow, to act instead of delay. And let's not forget the health benefits. People who wake up early tend to sleep better, manage stress more effectively, and feel more energized during the day. When you start your day with calm, your body follows your mind. Cortisol levels stay balanced, and you don't feel like you're constantly running to catch up. You can eat breakfast mindfully instead of skipping it. You can fit in a morning workout, which not only boosts your energy, but also lifts your mood through endorphins.
Over time, this one habit creates a ripple effect in all other areas of your life, your work, your relationships, and even your financial decisions. But here's the truth. Building this habit isn't easy in the beginning, especially if you're used to staying up late, glued to your phone, or sleeping in on weekends. You don't have to shift your wake-up time by 2 hours overnight. Start small. Try waking up just 15 minutes earlier for a week, then add another 15 minutes the next. Within a month, you could easily reclaim a full hour every morning without shocking your body or mind. And make it enjoyable. Prepare your clothes the night before, place your alarm across the room, or plan something you actually look forward to doing in the morning. The key is consistency, not perfection. Waking up early isn't just for CEOs, monks, or overachievers. It's for anyone who wants more control over their day, their emotions, and their dreams. It's for anyone tired of feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or lost. This small shift in schedule could be the start of your greatest transformation. Because when you win the morning, you win the day. And when you start stacking up enough good days, you change your whole life. If tomorrow morning gave you 1 extra hour, just for you, how would you use it to make your life better? Drop your answer in the comments.
2. Work out regularly. Build strength, build discipline, build your life. Working out regularly is not just about getting a six-pack or showing off at the gym. It's about building a version of yourself that can handle life, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Most people see exercise as a chore, something they have to do. But what if you looked at it differently? What if working out was your daily reminder that you are strong, capable, and in control? You see, exercise isn't just about the body, it's about the mind. Every drop of sweat is a sign that you're fighting for yourself. Every rep, every push-up, every walk or run is a message that says, I won't give up on me. When you work out, you train more than your muscles. You train your discipline, your focus, and your mindset. And those are the real tools you need to survive and thrive in adult life. Think about how stressful adulthood can get. Bills, responsibilities, relationships, burnout. It piles up fast. But regular physical activity becomes your secret weapon against all of it. Why? Because movement releases stress. It clears your head. It gives your emotions a safe way out. You could be overwhelmed or even angry, but after a 20-minute workout, suddenly everything feels a little lighter. That's not a coincidence. That's your brain thanking your body for moving. And here's the beautiful thing. You don't have to be a fitness model. You don't need a gym membership. You just need consistency. A 20-minute home workout, a morning walk, a bit of stretching before bed. Start small, move daily. Your body doesn't care how perfect your routine looks. Your body just wants you to show up. That's it. Show up. One of the most powerful things exercise teaches you is this. You can do hard things. When your body wants to quit and you keep going, something incredible happens. You become mentally tougher. That toughness doesn't stay at the gym. It follows you into your job, your relationships, your goals. Suddenly, the things that used to scare you don't anymore. You've already done something hard today. You've already won. Let's not forget confidence. When you work out regularly, your energy shifts. You walk taller. You smile more. Your posture improves and people notice. Not because of how you look, but because of how you carry yourself. You glow differently when you keep promises to yourself. You speak differently when you're proud of your effort. And that inner pride, that's where real confidence lives. You also build a powerful identity. I'm someone who takes care of myself. That identity will protect you. When life gets messy, and it will, you'll have a habit that grounds you, a habit that reminds you of your power.
That 1 hour a day when it's just you, your breath, and your effort, that's sacred. That's healing. That's how you avoid falling apart when life gets heavy. And don't fall into the trap of all or nothing. You don't have to work out perfectly. You just have to work out consistently. Skip the guilt, skip the pressure, skip the perfection. Focus on movement. Focus on the feeling. Focus on the long game. Because trust me, your future self is watching and saying, "Thank you for not giving up on me." Every time you move your body, you move your life forward. What's stopping you from exercising regularly? And what small step can you take this week to break that barrier? Share your thoughts in the comments. 3. Eat good, real food. Fuel your body, sharpen your mind. The food you eat isn't just filling your stomach, it's shaping your future. Every bite you take is either fueling your energy or draining your potential. In a world where junk food is cheap, fast, and everywhere, choosing to eat good, real food is a rebellious act of self-respect. It's not about dieting or looking perfect. It's about taking care of the one body you'll ever have. Let's be honest. Most adult problems, low energy, poor focus, constant fatigue, mood swings, and even anxiety are deeply connected to what we put on our plates. Think about it. If you feed your brain sugar, chemicals, and caffeine all day, how can you expect it to think clearly? If your meals come in plastic wrappers and drive-through bags, how can you expect long-lasting health and emotional balance? Real food is powerful. Fresh vegetables, fruits, whole grains, nuts, clean protein, these are not just healthy labels. They are your body's natural fuel. They give you strength, clarity, and stamina. When you eat real food, your mind becomes sharper, your sleep improves, your mood stabilizes, and your body heals. You don't need a fancy diet. You need ingredients your grandparents would recognize: simple, clean, and whole. The truth is, your body is always talking to you. That constant brain fog, it might not be stress. It could be processed carbs. That midday crash, it's not laziness. It could be sugary snacks. That irritability or depression you're hiding, your gut health could be crying out for help, because what happens in your gut doesn't stay in your gut. It affects your brain, your energy, your emotions, even your confidence. Eating well also changes your relationship with yourself. When you choose nourishing food, you're saying, "I care about me." You're building discipline and self-love in the most practical way. You don't need motivation to succeed. You need stable energy. And that begins with nutrition. A healthy meal sets the tone for a healthy day. A healthy day builds into a strong week. And before you know it, you've created a lifestyle where your mind and body work together, not against each other. And let's not act like this is easy. The modern world is built to make you crave fast food, sugar, and snacks. Social media shows what I eat in a day clips full of aesthetics but no nutrients. Ads tell you that junk food is comfort, is love, is fun, but that's a lie. The real comfort comes when you're not bloated, tired, or ashamed of your eating. The real love is in cooking something with your own hands for your own health. The real fun is having the energy to go on adventures, not lie on the couch in a food coma. So start small. Add a fruit to your breakfast. Replace one soda with water. Cook one extra meal at home each week. These changes matter. Your taste buds will adjust. Your energy will rise, your cravings will weaken, and most importantly, you'll feel like someone who honors their body. You'll feel alive again. Because real food doesn't just help you live longer, it helps you live better. If your body could speak, what's one eating habit it would beg you to change? Be honest. Drop it in the comments, and let's take the first step toward better health together. 4. Live below your means. Buy peace, not pressure. Living below your means doesn't mean living poor. It means living smart. It's about choosing long-term peace over short-term pleasure. In a world that constantly pressures you to show off, impress others, and spend money to feel successful, choosing to live simply is actually an act of quiet rebellion. It's saying, I value freedom more than attention. We've all seen people who make good money but still live paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because they spend every dollar they earn trying to look rich instead of building real wealth. New phones, fancy clothes, luxury vacations, dinners at places they can't afford, it all looks impressive on social media. But behind the scenes, they're drowning in stress, debt, and anxiety. That's not success, that's slavery. Real freedom isn't found in material things, it's found in the space between your income and your expenses. That gap is your breathing room. That gap is your power. When you live below your means, you don't have to say yes to every job, every client, or every overtime shift. You can say no to toxic situations because your finances aren't controlling you, you're in control of them. This habit doesn't mean you have to be cheap or deprive yourself. It means you spend intentionally. You don't buy because you're bored or want to impress someone. You buy because it adds real value to your life. You save, you invest, and you prepare for the unexpected. And most importantly, you sleep at night without the weight of financial regret on your chest. Living below your means is also about patience. It's about understanding that you don't have to have it all right now. You can wait, you can build, you can grow into it. You don't need to go broke to feel worthy. The quiet car, the small apartment, the old shoes, none of these things define your value. What defines you is your ability to control your wants and delay gratification for a better future. And don't think no one sees this. People will respect your discipline more than your designer bag. Your future self will thank you for every dollar you didn't waste. That money could become your emergency fund. It could help you start a business. It could fund a dream. Every dollar you save now buys you peace later, and peace is priceless. It might feel boring now. It might even feel embarrassing when others around you seem to have more. But remember, most of them are borrowing happiness from the future. You, on the other hand, are building something real. You're planting seeds. And one day, when those seeds grow, you won't just have money, you'll have options. And options are what make adult life easier. So check your lifestyle. Are you spending just to fit in, or are you spending to build up? Are your purchases based on pressure or purpose? If your bank account could give you one piece of life advice, what do you think it would say right now? Share it in the comments. Let's talk about real freedom.
5. Find real friends with similar goals. Your circle shapes your future. They say you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about that for a moment. Who are your 5? Are they pushing you forward or pulling you back? Are they watering your dreams or laughing at them? Because whether you notice it or not, your environment shapes your energy, your beliefs, and your vision. Real friends with similar goals are like a hidden superpower in adult life. They don't just support you, they challenge you. They remind you of who you're becoming when you feel like giving up. They speak the truth when others are afraid to. They celebrate your growth, not just your comfort. These kinds of friends are rare, but when you find them, they're priceless. Let's be honest. Many of us grew up with people who were fun, loyal, or always around, but now that life has gotten serious, we realize some of those friendships were built on old versions of ourselves. You've grown, your goals have shifted, you want more now. Peace, growth, discipline, success. And suddenly, those same people start to feel distant. That doesn't mean they're bad. It just means your directions are different. And here's where most adults get stuck. They hold on to friendships out of guilt, history, or comfort, even when those friendships are draining their energy with you. You can love them from a distance, you can wish them well, and still move on. Because when your circle isn't aligned with your vision,
everything becomes harder. Your goals feel heavier, your wins feel lonely, your discipline feels misunderstood. But when you find even one person who shares your fire, who wakes up early like you, who's reading books like you, who's building a better life alongside you, suddenly you're not weird anymore. You're home. Friendship isn't just about laughs and memories. It's about accountability. It's about sitting down with someone and saying, let's not waste our lives. Real friends don't just let you make excuses. They push you. They remind you why you started. They believe in your dreams even on the days you don't. And don't worry if your current circle doesn't get you. You're not alone. Many people outgrow their old circles in silence, but you'll find your tribe. Join communities, go to new places, speak your truth out loud. The right people will hear it. And when they come, you'll feel it. You'll stop pretending, stop shrinking, stop apologizing for dreaming big. You'll finally feel seen. Because the right friendships aren't about being the same. They're about heading in the same direction. It's better to walk alone on the right path than to run with a crowd going nowhere. It might feel lonely at first, but that space will be filled with people who truly get you, who are walking the same journey, and who make you feel stronger just by being around them. Who's one person in your life that truly pushes you to grow, and what have they taught you about yourself? Tag or mention them in the comments and show some love. 6. Have more than one source of income. Protect your peace with financial power. If your entire life depends on one paycheck, then your entire life is one decision away from collapse. That sounds intense, but it's the truth. In today's world, depending on a single source of income is like standing on a one-legged stool. The moment something shakes, whether it's job loss, a company decision, health issues, or a sudden crisis, you fall. Having more than one source of income isn't just about making more money. It's about creating stability, freedom, and security for your future. It's the financial version of building a safety net, and it's one of the smartest things any adult can do to avoid future stress, debt, and burnout. When you diversify your income, you protect yourself from the unexpected. And believe me, adulthood is full of the unexpected. Let's face it, most of us were raised with the idea that you study hard, get a good job, and that's it. But times have changed. Jobs are no longer guaranteed for life. The economy shifts, industries change, companies lay off people in waves. That safe job you once trusted could disappear overnight. But when you've created an extra income stream, something on the side, you don't panic, you pivot. And no, you don't need to be a millionaire to start. You just need to be curious, open, and consistent. Maybe it's freelancing, tutoring, online sales, content creation, affiliate marketing, investing, or turning a hobby into a small business. Even an extra $200 to $300 a month can change everything. That money could go into savings, pay off debt faster, or help you invest in your future dreams. More importantly, it builds confidence. When you make your first dollar outside your regular job, something clicks in your brain. You start to realize you're not limited, you're not stuck. You have the power to create, to grow, and to earn beyond what someone else decides to pay you. That feeling is addictive, in the best way. It also builds resilience. When your back's against the wall and you've built something for yourself, you don't break, you bounce. Because you've already developed the skills, the mindset, and the resourcefulness to survive. You're not just relying on luck or one company's mood swings. You've taken ownership of your income. Some people will say, I don't have time for a side hustle. But let's be honest, how much time do we waste scrolling, binge-watching, or complaining about being broke? You don't need 8 hours a day. You just need one focused hour a night. One decision, one idea, one action. Over time, that adds up, and suddenly you've built something real. And yes, it may take time before it grows. You may fail a few times. You may not make big money at first, but every skill you learn, every hour you invest, every lesson you gain, It's all part of building your financial muscle, the kind of strength that gives you peace of mind, choices, and dignity. Having multiple income streams doesn't mean you're greedy. It means you're wise. It means you're building a life where one setback won't ruin you. It means you're designing your own economy inside the world's economy. Because when money flows from different directions, you walk with a different kind of peace, a quiet confidence, and no one can take that away from you. If you could start a second income stream doing something you enjoy, what would it be? Share your idea in the comments. Who knows? You might inspire someone else to start too. 7. Do what you love for work. Don't just make a living, make a life. There's a big difference between working to survive and working to feel alive. Too many people wake up every morning not with excitement, but with a sigh. They drag themselves out of bed, not because they want to, but because they have to. They count down the hours until the day ends, the days until the weekend comes, and the years until retirement. Is that really the life you want? Doing what you love for work doesn't mean every day will feel magical, but it means you're connected to something deeper than just a paycheck. You feel purpose, passion, and a sense of meaning in what you do. You're not just trading hours for money, you're creating something, impacting someone, or growing in a direction that matters to you. Think about how many hours of your life are spent working. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 40+ years. That's not just a job, that's your life. If you spend that much time doing something that drains you, frustrates you, or makes you feel stuck, it slowly begins to poison other parts of your life too. Your mood, your health, your relationships, your self-worth. Now let's be real. Sometimes you don't get to quit your job overnight and chase your dream. Bills are real. Responsibilities are real. But what you can do is start making space for what you love, even if it's on the side, even if it's only an hour a day. That thing that lights you up inside, don't ignore it. Feed it. Nurture it. Because one day that small passion could become your full-time reality. Doing what you love often starts with listening to what your heart whispers when the world is quiet. What do you naturally enjoy? What makes you feel energized? What could you talk about for hours without getting bored? Those are not random hobbies, they're clues. They point you toward your calling. And when your work aligns with your calling, life stops feeling like a trap and starts feeling like an adventure. And yes, turning your passion into your profession takes courage. People might not understand it. Some might laugh. Some might doubt. But that's okay. It's not their life. It's yours. And if you don't honor your passion, you'll spend years helping others build their dreams while yours collects dust. Doing what you love also creates a ripple effect. You become more confident, more creative, and more connected to who you are. Your work becomes an extension of your soul. You stop living for weekends and start looking forward to Mondays. You stop counting down the hours and start counting the impact. That's powerful. It doesn't matter if your passion seems small or unpopular, whether it's art, teaching, writing, building, coaching, creating content, baking, designing, or helping others. You don't need millions to validate your dream. You just need to start, one step at a time, one client, one post, one product, one message. You'll figure the rest out along the way. Because at the end of the day, success isn't just money, it's peace, it's passion. It's waking up and feeling excited, not exhausted. It's doing what you love so well that people can't help but notice. And when that happens, opportunities come, fulfillment grows, and life feels like it actually matters. If money wasn't a factor, what work would you wake up excited to do every day? Share it in the comments. I want to know your dream. 8. Don't get into meaningless relationships. Protect your heart, protect your future. In life, few things shape your happiness and direction as deeply as the people you let into your heart. Relationships are powerful. They can either build you or break you. They can lift you toward your purpose or pull you into confusion, pain, and regret. And yet, many people fall into meaningless relationships simply because they're afraid of being alone. But let me tell you something straight. Being alone and at peace is far better than being with someone and in pain. We live in a world where quick connections are easy. One swipe, one like, one message, and suddenly someone's in your life. But just because a connection is fast doesn't mean it's right. Meaningless relationships often begin with sparks, but end in scars. You laugh, you talk, you feel seen, but deep down, there's no real alignment, no shared values, no vision, just momentary excitement covering up deep emotional emptiness. And the cost? Your time, your energy, your focus, your peace. Every wrong relationship takes up space in your life that could have been used to grow, to heal, to build, or to wait for the right person. Sometimes we get so desperate to be loved, we settle for attention. But attention is not love. And chemistry is not compatibility. Just because someone gives you butterflies doesn't mean they'll give you a future. You see, a meaningful relationship supports your growth. It brings out your best, not your worst. It inspires, not exhausts. It feels safe, not chaotic. It's not about perfection, it's about partnership, about building something real together. And that starts with knowing yourself well enough to know what you truly deserve. If you constantly feel anxious, confused, or insecure in a relationship, pause. That's not love, that's survival. Don't try to fix someone who isn't trying to grow. Don't try to hold on to something just because you've invested time. Time wasted with the wrong person doesn't mean you owe them more time. It means you need to stop the bleeding. And if you're single, embrace it. This is your time to build, your time to reflect, dream, and grow strong in who you are. When you know your worth, you don't chase people. You attract the right ones naturally. You no longer entertain drama. You stop craving temporary validation. You start making choices that protect your peace, not just your feelings. And remember, being in a relationship doesn't define your value. You are complete, whole, and worthy on your own. The right person won't complete you. They'll complement the complete person you've already become. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is walk away from a connection that doesn't serve your soul. It's not selfish, it's self-respect. It's maturity. It's choosing long-term peace over short-term comfort. So take your time, know your values. Watch how people make you feel after the butterflies fade. Watch how they show up when life gets tough. Look at their consistency, not just their charm. Because real love isn't just found, it's built, slowly, intentionally, and with the right foundation. What's one lesson a past relationship taught you that you'll never forget? Be real. Share it in the comments. You might help someone else make a better choice. 9. Stop hitting the snooze button. Start your day. Don't delay your life. Let's be honest. Most of us have a strange relationship with our alarm clock. It rings, we groan, we slap the snooze button, and drift back into sleep for just 5 more minutes. But here's the truth. Those 5 minutes, they aren't helping. In fact, they're silently stealing your focus, your momentum, and your power before your day even begins. When you hit snooze, you're not just delaying your wake-up, you're delaying your life. That small action, repeated every morning, sends a message to your mind, I'm not ready, I'm not in control, I don't feel like it. And if that's how your day starts, how do you think the rest of it will go? It creates a mindset of procrastination, a rhythm of hesitation, a habit of saying later when life is asking for now. It may sound dramatic, but this one little button can shape your identity. Because what you do in the first 5 minutes of your morning often predicts your productivity, discipline, and energy for the rest of the day. When you hit snooze, you're practicing avoidance. When you get up right away, you're practicing commitment. It's not about comfort. It's about who you're becoming. You might think it's just a button, but no, it's a decision, a micro decision that ripples through your entire mindset. Are you going to let laziness win before the day even starts? Or are you going to rise up, stretch, and say, let's go. I've got things to do, goals to crush, and a life to build. And let's be real, the snooze sleep isn't even quality sleep. It confuses your brain, disrupts your sleep cycle, and leaves you feeling more tired. You wake up groggy, sluggish, and unfocused. That alone is a huge cost. Starting your day like that makes everything harder. Getting ready, focusing on work, staying positive, and being productive. It's a heavy fog that follows you. But when you stop hitting snooze and get up on the first ring, something shifts. You feel a little stronger, a little sharper, a little more disciplined. You may not love it in the moment, but later, you'll love the version of you that showed up on time for life. That's the quiet win. That's how confidence is built, in those tiny, unseen moments when no one is watching. So how do you break the snooze habit? Start by going to bed earlier. Set your alarm across the room so you have to physically get up. Turn off screen time 1 hour before sleep. And most importantly, have a reason to wake up. Something that excites you. Maybe it's your morning walk, a journal session, a small workout, a peaceful cup of coffee, or time for personal growth. Give your mornings meaning, and you'll no longer want to delay them. Because each morning is a new chance to get your life back on track, a new chance to prove to yourself that you're in control. And that starts the moment your alarm rings. What's one powerful reason that would make you want to get up without hitting snooze tomorrow? Share your reason in the comments. We're listening. 10. Create a routine. Design your days, don't drift through them. A successful life isn't built in a day. It's built through daily routines. The truth is, your future isn't shaped by the big decisions you make once in a while. It's shaped by the small choices you make every single day, often without even thinking. And that's where routines come in. They help you turn your goals into habits, and your habits into a lifestyle. Think about this. If you don't have a routine, you wake up and let the world decide how your day goes. You respond to messages, react to problems, rush through your to-do list, and by the end of the day, you're exhausted but unsure what you even accomplished. That's not living, that's surviving. It's drifting. But when you have a routine, you become intentional. You move with clarity, not chaos. You wake up with a plan. You know what to expect, and more importantly, you know what you expect from yourself. Routines bring order to the mess. They anchor your focus, energy, and discipline, especially when life gets unpredictable. Your routine doesn't have to be rigid or robotic. It should be a rhythm that fits your goals, your energy, and your priorities. Maybe your morning routine includes journaling, a workout, and a healthy breakfast. Your evening routine might include reading, planning tomorrow, and winding down screen-free. Whatever it is, make it yours. Make it meaningful. The beauty of a good routine is that it removes the need for constant motivation. You don't need to feel like it every day. Your routine carries you. Even on your worst days, your habits act like autopilot. You still show up. You still move forward. That's what creates long-term success, consistency over mood. Let's be honest, creating a routine isn't always easy, especially in the beginning. You'll forget. You'll resist. You'll fall off track. But that's okay. Routines are not about perfection. They're about persistence. If you miss a day, restart the next day. If something's not working, adjust it. A routine should support you, not stress you. It's there to make life smoother, not stricter. And don't make your routine overwhelming. Start small. Focus on just 2 or 3 core habits. Wake up at a consistent time. Make your bed. Plan your day. Stretch. Read a few pages. Drink water. Little by little, your routine will become part of your identity. And when your identity aligns with your goals, success becomes inevitable. The real power of a routine isn't in the routine itself, it's in who you become because of it. Someone dependable, someone focused, someone who gets things done. Routines help you build self-trust, and when you trust yourself to follow through daily, your confidence skyrockets. Remember, a routine doesn't limit your freedom, it creates it. It frees up mental space. It reduces stress. It helps you protect your energy for what matters most. Without a routine, your time leaks away. With a routine, every hour has purpose. So ask yourself, are you controlling your days, or are your days controlling you? What's one simple habit you could add to your daily routine this week to feel more focused and in control? Drop your answer in the comments, and let's grow together. Number 11. Write down a plan. Make your dreams real on paper first. Dreams are beautiful, but without a plan, they stay trapped in your mind. You may have goals, visions, and big ideas for your life, but unless you write them down, they remain just that, ideas. Writing down a plan is like taking your dream and saying, "I believe in this enough to bring it into the real world." Most people carry their dreams in their head, waiting for the perfect time or the right feeling to start. But let's be real, those feelings rarely come on their own. Life gets noisy, responsibilities pile up, and dreams that aren't written down slowly fade away. That's why writing a plan is so powerful. It turns your hopes into something tangible, something you can see, read, and follow. When you write things down, you bring structure to your chaos. Your thoughts become clear, your next steps become obvious, and suddenly what once felt impossible begins to feel manageable. Whether it's a weekly goal, a one-year vision, or a 5-step action plan, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be real. Planning on paper gives your brain permission to focus. It reduces anxiety because it gets the mess out of your head and onto the page. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by everything at once, you can break it down. What needs to be done today? What can wait until next week? What's the one thing I must finish by Friday? And no, you don't need a fancy journal, planner, or app. Just a notebook, a pen, a quiet corner. Make time every morning or every night to sit down and ask yourself, what am I working toward? And what am I doing tomorrow to move one step closer? That simple habit, repeated daily, can change the entire course of your life. Writing a plan also helps you stay accountable. When your goals are only in your mind, it's easy to make excuses. But when they're written down, you create a commitment to yourself. You can track your progress, you can celebrate small wins, and most importantly, you can adjust when things don't go as expected. Because here's the truth, plans aren't meant to be perfect, they're meant to evolve. Life will throw surprises, timelines will shift, motivation will rise and fall, but your plan keeps you grounded. It reminds you of your why when everything else feels uncertain. Writing your plan also connects your present self to your future self. It's like leaving a trail of breadcrumbs so you never get lost. On days when you feel discouraged or stuck, you can open your notebook and see where you've been and where you're going. That sense of direction brings confidence. It silences self-doubt. And let's not forget the most powerful part. Writing makes it real. You see it, you say, "This is what I'm building." You become intentional. And people who live with intention walk differently. They speak differently. They choose differently. They become unstoppable, not because life gets easier, but because their focus gets sharper. So don't just wish for change, write it down. Don't just hope for success, plan it step by step. The act of writing won't solve everything overnight, but it will give your life a clear path forward. And clarity is the first step to courage. If you had to write down one goal today that could change your life in the next 6 months, what would it be? Share it in the comments and speak it into reality at a time. These 11 shifts may seem small, but together they can transform your future. So don't just listen, start. Your better life is waiting on the other side of discipline. Thanks for spending your time with Mind-Blowing Motive. If this message touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and comment your favorite point. And remember, you have the power to rewrite your story, starting today.